Hello, I'm Dr. Frankie Wood Black, the Division Chair for Engineering, Physical Science, and Process Technology. And I'm really excited to have you here at Northern Oklahoma College for this spring semester. Whether you're a returning student, a student who hasn't been here in a while, or a brand new student, we're excited that you're here for this spring semester. And we are hoping that this will be a life-changing experience for you. And we are trying to make sure that you start your semester off in order for it to be a successful one. And in order to do that, we've created this short video to help you access your Blackboard account and help you get through into those first few things that you need to get into that Blackboard learning management system. The learning management system is how you'll communicate with your instructors and your advisors. So the first thing you probably want to do is get to your NOC homepage, and we'll click on it and get to our website, and from there you can access Blackboard. To do that, just go to your college resources and you'll see the Blackboard link. You'll click on Blackboard. And we have made a few changes since some of you have been into the learning management system, and that is you're going to have to go ahead and use your user identification and use your password, and then maybe some of you will be using two-factor authentication. But once you log into Blackboard, you're going to see that open up item here, and it'll give you how many of us are in that activity stream. So that activity stream is really helpful because it's going to show you what things are due, what kind of notices are there in your different classes. You also have this spot that tells you a little bit about yourself. And this gives you some basic information. This will give you can add your preferred name, you can come in, you can add other information as you want to, and you can add an image that gives your instructor who you look like, what you look like. Many of us don't see each other all the time, and this is helpful for your instructor and for your classmates in order to get in to do that. So I would encourage you to add an image to your particular Blackboard. So once you do that, you can click on your courses. And this should pop up with your courses that are currently available to you. Now, I'm doing this in the break, so you'll see that a number of these courses are locked, but on the first day of the semester, they will become unlocked. But I'm going to go back to one of my fall classes so I can guide you through some of the features of Blackboard. So let's go into my general physics class because this will help you see some of those features in Blackboard that you're going to be able to get to. So you'll have your classes. You'll recognize some of these have different icons for you. You can change this layout. To change the layout, you can do it in a list form, and for some of you this may be your preferred way. But I happen to like the little card pieces, so I'm going to do it that way. So I'll click into one of my classes, but I'm going to show you some of the features. Your instructors will have set up each class a little bit differently, but there are some main features that you need to know about. And I will move this over here so that you can actually see what I'm doing. You'll see up at the top, you'll see things like content, calendar, announcements, discussion boards, your grade book, messages, analytics. Some of these are for instructors, some of these are for students. So I'm going to switch to the student view so that you can actually see how it would appear to you. Great. So now you'll just see your titles as you would see them. You've got your content, you have your calendar, you have your announcements, you have your discussions, your gradebook, messages, and any groups that you may be assigned to. Depending on your instructor, this will have different things for you. So in your course content, this is how your instructor is going to convey assignments, reading, access to your books, and a number of different things. Each instructor is going to set it up slightly differently, so I encourage you to look through Blackboard. Also, I encourage you to make sure you scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you'll see that it's loading more content, because depending on what device you're using and depending on what things are available, you're going to see lots of things down the screen. The new Blackboard that we are using tries to minimize the number of clicks in order to get to material, but that has a drawback in that you have to actually scroll all the way down. So I encourage you to look through your class and look over those class materials. But there are some other things that you need to know. One is this is how to get in contact with your instructor. You can email your instructor directly through Blackboard. You can also use the message feature, and I encourage you to do so. Those messages go straight out to your instructor. But your content, some of you will have Zoom links for classes, some of you will have syllabus information, all of those things. Get in there and click and explore in your assignments. Your gradebook is always going to be available to you, and I encourage you to monitor that gradebook. Your calendar is essential. So when you click on the calendar, you're going to see two types. One will show you due dates, and one will show you a calendar. You can have it by day and by month, and you can click on your due dates, and right now it says no items due at this time. But that calendar schedule will really help you. So I'm going to go back because this class was last semester, and you can actually see that your instructor may be posting office hours. You may be seeing these dots here, which will show you due dates. And again, I encourage you to scroll all the way down because each of those things are going to show you the different aspects. And you can click on your assignments through your calendar. So that calendar item is really good. Any announcements that your instructor has will be posted in the announcements, and this gives you direct access to your discussion boards. On the first day of classes, I am sure that your instructors are going to go over their particular Blackboard and their particular Blackboard classes, but I wanted to make sure that you knew how to get into your Blackboard and how to utilize and at least give you this initial start. So, a couple of things you need to know. One is how to get to Blackboard, so I'm going to kind of repeat that. I'm going to actually log out, and you're going to see how you might have to log in. So I am actually going to exit my Blackboard. I've totally exited the browser that I use, so we'll come right back. To get to the NOC website, type noc.edu. That gets you to our homepage. You can access Blackboard through the homepage. And this is where you're going to sign in. You'll use your username and your password, or you'll use that two-factor authentication. And when you use the two-factor authentication, you'll click on there, semester.